Alright, good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Panama City. I'm Bob, and it is Saturday, January the 9th, I think. 7th. It's the 7th. Saturday the 7th. And we are offshore again. We came out yesterday. We stayed closer in. This morning we're out 3 miles. We're on an area known as the Smith Barge Site, and it's basically straight out from St. Andrews State Park, 3 miles. So it's not far. The seas are choppy, but not big. So the waves are fairly short. It looks rough, but it's choppy. But it's not too bad. So we're gonna get set up on this barge. And when a site says that it's a barge, what it's talking about is they bring barges out here full of stuff and they sink the stuff. They don't sink the barge, for the most part. That's my understanding. I could be way off base. I don't know. But that's my understanding. Is the state or the county sell space on barges or collect space for barges. They bring the barges out, they dump the stuff onto the bottom, and then we have someplace to fish. So when the waves are choppy like this, it makes it difficult to get set up on the spots that you want to fish, but it is possible to do. And my motor guide trolling motor does a really good job of spot locking us where we want to be. And I'll show you what the barge looks like, or what the stuff looks like. So that's the barge on the bottom, or the stuff that's on the bottom, and then you got bait and fish above it. And this is a pretty good sized site. Not quite as big as Wet and Wild, but it's a pretty good sized site. So we'll see what we can catch. Because I think the current's going kind of southwest, we'll fish off this side of the boat. And we'll start with 30-pound gear, my Fierce 4, 5/0 hook, 3/4 ounce weight, and a little piece of cigar minnow. We've got a pretty good current that's going southwest, so it's still an outgoing tide. We're in 68, 69 feet of water. I'm getting bit immediately. That bite felt like a triggerfish. The trigger are not in season right now. You can still catch them. I changed to a 1 ounce swing jig. So you're going to get to the bottom quicker. That's what I thought. They were triggerfish. They're a pretty fish. They are out of season right now. The triggerfish are out of season until the end of February. So March 1st they'll come back in. Their seasons are kind of split. We only keep one, and they got to be 15 inches. But they're still fun to catch. And typically where there's triggers, there's going to be mangrove snapper or lane snapper, or there'll be other fish there. But the triggers are they're just relentless. There we go. That's better fish. He didn't fight like a trigger, but that's what it is. It's a bigger trigger. Here's the trigger that I just caught. He's a good keeper, but they're out of season, so I can't keep him, but he's a good keeper. Alright, well, we've moved around a little bit. We're still out here on the 3 mile line in the Gulf of Mexico and Florida, and it's probably the same for Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and all that. Our state waters actually go out 9 miles. Probably not going to go out there today. I'll probably stay in this 3 mile range and check some of these spots. Where I'm headed right now is it's listed as a wreck, but it's probably something that was sunk by the state of Florida or Bay County. And I fished it before. I fished it last spring and summer. I hadn't been out here on this stuff in, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 months. But since we're out here, I figured we'd check it. It's kind of southeast of St. Andrew State Park. It's still within 3 miles of shore. And this spot's a little bit deeper. We're in 72 feet of water here. And this one may have a lot of triggerfish on it as well. We've got everything out here has a lot of, well, I won't say everything, but most of the public number stuff out here is just loaded with triggerfish. Yeah. Feels like a little trigger. Oh, little red snapper. So I do catch some red snapper out here. Not something that I fish for, but I do catch them. And one thing I like about coming out here is that you really just never know what you're going to catch on these wrecks and stuff. Another little triggerfish. Better. Got to catch them when they come over the side. Another trigger. Probably not quite a keeper, even if they were in season right now. Nice trigger. There we go. Another fish. Nice trigger. I don't even know if I got it on pulling them up on video. That's a good keeper right there. If they're in season, which right now they're not. So he'll go back. What I'm using is these little minnows that I bought last week for a week before last for flounder fishing. Didn't use them all, so I still got some that are frozen. Just using a 1 ounce swing jig. Yeah. Another nice trigger. This one's not quite a keeper, but he's close. Oh, got close to bail sometime. There we go. I don't think this one's as big. Nice one. Feels like a better one. Another nice trigger. Not what we're wanting to catch, but that's what we are catching. I like catching triggerfish, but I'd like to catch something else that might be something we want to take home and eat. It's in season.